replay and YouTube later if you've missed any of these questions being answered. This is specifically around my Curls Hold Magic course that I'm pre-sailing soon on September 28th of this year. And also these are to answer questions that were previously submitted during the week when I was talking to you guys over my story. And I definitely implore you to write questions in this live, but to mostly write them down in a journal or on a paper, just in case I don't get around to them today in this live. I will be posting a story afterwards, and I will be answering the questions after that. And I am speaking specifically to the questions that were asked previously. So I have them all listed here, which is why I'm looking down at my computer here. And I do really appreciate everyone who's here today. I really love that you're spending time with me. I want to dive in. I have some really great questions that were asked by a few of my IG family, and I think that these specific answers are going to help a lot of people get more understanding of not only their own hair, but can answer questions of yours as well, or someone that you may know. So that's what I love about this community, is that we're always spreading knowledge, helping people, and offering advice where we know that women and men need it. So I'm really excited to be here. Super stoked to be recording this and offering the replay later. I did pin a comment if you'd like to read more of it. It is a little hefty and long, and hope that it's clear. And there will be 2 parts of this live due to the pin that's here. So I hope to answer more questions in the future. So I'm going to jump in to a lot of what's been going on here with my girls. It's been fun answering these questions because they're common obstacles, but in their own individual way. And I find that you really can find a lot of obstacles come up depending on where you are in your journey, where you live, how long your hair is, and how often you get haircuts, or not often you get haircuts. So these questions kind of go along a lot of these topics. So I'm excited. Jenkins is here with me. He's excited. So let's get started. All right. So first question is, recently experiencing hair being halfway dry on the way out of the shower. What do I do? And this is, her handle is the Wiz812. And so Silka, I think for you, what a lot of times happens is when your hair is feeling halfway dry leaving the shower, I'm curious about product history. You know, are you using drugstore products? Are you using products that are basically synthetic? Are they made very cheaply? Are they non-organic? This can add a invisible film over the hair over time. And that makes me curious of the last time you clarified. If you're starting to repel water, or just not keep water in the hair at all, then there can be an imbalance of the products being used and also the cuticle. So there is a difference between drugstore products and synthetic-based products that are laced with ingredients that you don't really have the knowledge about, because the product company doesn't want to educate you, they want you to purchase. So be sure that when you are purchasing products, you are making sure that you turn the bottle around and read the ingredients. Any ingredient that says cone at the end, I'm going to write that down, says cone at the end of an ingredient, then that means it has silicone in it. So first and foremost, stay away from that. And then second, I really implore you to invite yourself to work with organic products. Organic doesn't only mean that they're raised without pesticides. It also means that the product company most likely cares about how the ingredient is processed, delivered, packaged, manufactured, developed, and designed. all of those factors matter to them a lot more than somebody who's not really looking for high quality ingredients. So if you notice that your porosity is changing, then I definitely implore you to change to organic ingredients, and don't be scared to clarify, which basically means using some sort of soap. A chelated shampoo is amazing. And Silka, I noticed your comment. When was the last time you clarified? So that's something that's kind of coming up. Another factor to put in, if it's not the product, it could just be it would be great to apply product in the shower and get that going and then do sectioning later. I use InnerSense Organics and Trepidora's Quinoa Repair Deep Conditioner. Okay, great. It seems like you've been following me for a while. But for some reason my hair still is dry. Any tips? So this is by Sassy J29. Sassy, if you're in here, hey girl. This can happen a lot. You can be using organic products and you can be using deep conditioners that are also organic and still seem to feel dry. Any tips would be getting seasonal haircuts for sure, making sure that you're staying on top of your trims, not skipping a beat even if you are growing. What I also love is steam treatments. Sometimes we just need a little bit of that open heat that has a lot of water to compact it into the cuticle, because our hair is hormonal, our hair goes through changes, our water can have a big impact on how our hair responds to products. And then another thing that I wanted to mention is I noticed that with certain products, their molecules can run a little bit bigger than other products of their line. So for instance, I can use InnerSense as an example. InnerSense Organic Beauty uses high quality ingredients, but the molecules of their hydrating cream, hair bath, and conditioner are larger than the Color Radiance from what I've been learning. So I can find that the hydrating cream, hair bath, and conditioner can actually start feeling like it's drying out the hair. So that's when I ask my clients to bump it to the Color Awakening and Color Radiance conditioner, and they see a big difference. So I would recommend that for you, Sassy. I hope that's really helpful. Third question. I have no volume and I'm starting to lose hope. Oh, that sucks. I'm using InnerSense Organic Beauties I Create Lift Foam and also diffusing. This is for Sarah Howard. Hey, Sarah. So I'm curious of what kind of volume you're looking for. There's volume that lives at the root, and then there's volume that lives within the interior of the hair. There's a lot of acceptance that comes with volume that we have to work on within our personal perception. We can be really hard on ourselves, and that can lead us to thinking that our hair just isn't enough. So it depends on density, and it really depends on how you perceive your hair. Maybe your hair is not meant to have a ton of volume. Maybe it's going to be a little bit lacking in that department, but it could have great curl definition. So sometimes we can't have it all, but volume can also happen in the middle and not necessarily on the top due to straight roots, such as you see here as myself. And that can lead to feeling really flat hair and then really big hair. So we have to work with what Mother Nature gives us. And I would definitely suggest, if you're working with any creams or conditioners, to rinse out everything and just use a gel. You're using the foam. I can also recommend I Create Waves. If you're wavy on wet hair, with the foam, that works out really, really, really well. So I hope that helps, Sarah, for sure. Okay, fourth question. What can I do for dry scalp? This is by Nadine Jasmine. Hey, Nadine, if you're in here, hi. Well, first and foremost, if you have really thick, high-density hair, you're most likely going to have some sort of buildup, and you're going to want to make sure that you get in there and you really scrub when you're shampooing. Probably longer than you are, and really exfoliating. Don't be scared to do 2 cleanses if necessary. It's not going to dry out your hair, and if it does leave your hair a little bit on the dry side, that's okay. That's why you have great conditioners like the Color Radiance conditioner by Intersense Organic Beauty is my top seller. I use it for a majority of my hair textures that visit the salon, and I think it works great. And then also I would recommend for anybody who may not be experiencing dry scalp but can be experiencing a lot of flaking or a lot of discoloration in their scalp, it can look a little yellow, I would definitely recommend seeing a skin doctor, as this is not my expertise. However, I've seen a lot of times with high density clients that they seem to have a lot of residue on their scalp. So I implore you, please do not go to sleep with your hair wet. Make sure your hair is completely dry before you put it up in a bun or a ponytail, because the moisture can create a mildew, and we don't want that. And I know, Nadine, you weren't referring to mildews, but I just wanted to give some more of that added information, so then anybody who may be experiencing some kind of gunky material on their scalp, you definitely want to make sure that you keep your hair 100% dry before you put it up. Really, really important. Thanks, Nadine. Seasonal changes with curls and adjusting products accordingly. This is by Jillian GK. Thanks, babe. I love this question because living in 4 seasons myself, it's really important to acknowledge that your products do need to adjust depending on where you are in the world. Now, whether it's spring, summer, or fall, which are your high humidity, seasons, you can also be in a very dry climate like the desert and still have like seasonal change, but it just flexes in temperature, not so much the terrain of where you live. So if you're in a dry climate, I'll refer to, instead of seasons, I'll refer to climates. If you're in a dry climate, chances are you are going to be experiencing a lot of dehydration because there's nothing in the atmosphere, no water, no moisture, no humidity for your hair to absorb. So it is best that you focus more on having a really great shampoo and conditioner, cleanser, otherwise known as me just saying shampoo. Making sure I keep on top of the terminology so I don't confuse you guys. But a cleanser is so important because it's going to remove any impurities that live on the hair, such as mineralization from the water buildup and also pollution. And you want to make sure that you're still removing that and you're not just relying on only conditioners to cleanse your hair. So a conditioner is going to be vital, and it should make your hair very, very soft. It should, the right conditioner should detangle your hair very easily. Also, keep up on your hair trims. Make sure that you're not tangling too much. If you are, it's time to get a trim, or it's time to acknowledge that you've gone too long in between haircuts, even though in your case you feel like you've been keeping up with them. Doesn't necessarily mean it's the best for your hair. So, and then all year round, you're always going to need moisture, no matter if you live in a high humidity climate or a dry climate. The thing is with dry climates is that they tend to keep the hair a little bit more relaxed. So unless you're really kinky coily, your hair gets very, very flat. So diffusing is going to be a part of your lifestyle as well. That's why it's really important to have a great conditioner. So when you're using the dryer, you're also keeping the cuticle healthy with that moisturizing. Deep conditionings are great for dry climates, and when it's really humid, you're looking more for your helpers, your controllers, your gels, your foams, your flaxseed based products to create more volume. You're looking more for control and keeping moisture in with a blend of oils and waxes that are within the formulations. So you're going to want to keep true to where are you in the world, what is your environment like, what kind of curls do you want? Do you want juicy and bouncy? Do you want controlled because you're kinky? Or do you want big and you don't mind frizz? So depending on where you live, either you have to have lighter weight products that are more moisturizing and leave your hair really bouncy and don't give you all of that hold and weight. Or you can vouch for, a lot of hold and a lot of structure, and then leave in less moisture. So then you get that big, gigantic, frizzy volume look. So it's fun, but there's always like a rule depending on your density. It really depends on how much hair you have. That's going to dictate how much product you use. I hope that was helpful, Jill. I lost my natural curls after highlights. Happens all the time. I just had a client this week with that. How can I revive my curls back? This is by Lily Zara. Okay, Lily. So thank you for your question, because this is a big one. A lot of times, what I find that I recommend is reviving can take time, but you can rely on your hairstylist to help you with this. You don't have to do this by yourself. A great service to invest in is an Olaplex treatment. The number 2 finds more single sulfur hydrogen bonds and cross-links them back together. So the bond that can be lost in a color service is then linked back together. It's only one bond. And this is really helpful. It's not as helpful as an at-home treatment, which is the Olaplex number 3, which is 3% less potency than the formulation of the salon service, which is Olaplex salon exclusive number 2, that can be used every 10 days to resurrect dry, damaged hair. So you can lose your elasticity and your bounce due to hair color. That will help you over time. And also, if you did get highlights and the elasticity broke and you're not really getting great results of who you worked with, I would recommend finding a different colorist, because it sounds like they damaged your hair. Make sure the consultation's on point. I do have a YouTube video about consulting with people. I should make another one and update it and make a part 2. So if you guys would like for me to make a part 2 consultation YouTube video, please hit the little hearts on the right side of your screen right now and show me some love, and I'll get that going for you for sure. So thanks, Lily. That would be great. Okay, so we're halfway through the questions. I hope these questions are really useful and giving some great advice. Next question by Janice Michelle 4. Janice Michelle 4. Best advice when you start to lose patience with hair progress. Oh, yes. Okay, so we're human, right? And we forget the things that we go through in life. Remember your first kiss. Remember the first time you kissed somebody. Where were you? How old were you? Try to just remember that for just a minute. Do you think your first kiss was stellar? Do you think you really knew what you were doing? No, right? It's like you practice kissing through watching movies or practicing on the back of your hand and watching other people kiss when in school or watching your parents kiss. And, it's like learning to do your hair is like learning how to kiss somebody. It's the first time you're learning something. You can get really frustrated with a partner when they're not kissing the way you do, or they slip you the tongue and you weren't ready for it. And you're like, oh, it was really uncomfortable. We have moments of styling our hair where it's really insanely uncomfortable. It's really frustrating. It's not enjoyable. And you don't really know where you see the progress. You don't really know where you sit with that person. Now, if we reflect that same experience onto ourselves, we don't really know where we sit within ourselves, within our journey, within how we touch our hair, what we're doing. And we overanalyze, we overcriticize, and we're really hard on ourselves when we are going through our hair progress and our process. Okay? So there's nothing wrong with having some bumps in the road, hitting a wall, feeling like you're not really getting there. So with that being said, practice makes things feel better. And also, I implore you to do a progress journal or a progress photo journal, taking photos of your hair weekly to see the progress that you've made. We learn things in such little steps that we don't give ourselves the praise or celebrate ourselves on the progress that we've made. And when we can become our own cheerleader and say, hey, I definitely am looking back on this photo right now. My hair has changed. I'm doing a great job. It's okay that I still feel like I don't know what I'm doing. I can feel humbled by not knowing everything. I can be humbled by not having it fully perfect. I can be humbled by not being perfect. Is a great place to be with yourself in any process, whether it's kissing or styling your hair. So be gentle with yourself, Janice. It's really challenging, but it gets easier. So take those progress photos, and I bet you'll see that you go much farther than you realize. Okay, so there's some questions popping into my Curls Hold Magic course that I'm launching September 28th as pre-sale, which means you'll be able to buy the course for a cheaper rate than it's ever going to be. And that also means that when it fully launches, you're the first to receive it. So these questions are really great because you'll see exactly what it is that you're interested in learning about my course, what makes my course different, and why I'm offering it, which is pretty epic. So Stacy .bx, thank you for your question. You ask, will your course address all curl types? Absolutely. In my salon, I work with so many people day in and day out, Tuesday through Friday, and throughout the digital world, offering online, in-person Zoom calls for consultations and helping people style their hair one-on-one. What I recognize is what's missing is a lot of information around all curl types. I feel like there's a lot of people who are alienated and isolated, especially on social media platforms, including online platforms, mostly because of marketing and because people know how to use keywords and get their stuff pushed to the top when you search things. Great for them. I'm really happy that they're really successful and they're getting exposure, and I hope you're making a lot of money doing what you're doing. However, I'm a professional and I love teaching, and I love being nerding out with my clients on seeing what's working, what's not working. I've taken all of that information and I've compiled it into these videos. So yes, from loose S-waves to kinky textures, 100% everything in between. These courses will absolutely help anybody with any curl type, 110%. So thank you for that question, Stacy. Great one. Oh, okay. Yes. This is by Stacy.Bex. Thank you. This is a great question. I hope my answers really help you because you seem really frustrated. Here's her question by Stacy. I need to figure out my niece's hair, porosity versus product. She's an easy 4C help. So I think 4C curls feel very overwhelming because you look at the hair and it's a lot of texture and you're not really sure what your eyes are telling you. And the great thing is that you don't have to figure it out alone, which is why I'm coming out of the woodwork. I'm stepping out of being away from the chair, and I'm putting all of my information on a digital platform. So definitely, Stacy, I would recommend, if you're catching this replay or if you're in the room, please acknowledge that there is a whole section of kinky texture hair just for you and your niece to learn from in Curls Hold Magic. A safe container for people to acknowledge what their hair needs and what their hair is saying when it's wet, because you can't read it when it's dry. So, I was asked this question. The name is anonymous only because I had a glitch in my IG and I couldn't see the handle, so I'm so sorry. I know this is a hairstylist friend of mine who's been following me, and I know she'll acknowledge her question and know that it's her when I repeat it right now, which is your course a styling course or hairdressers on how to learn to cut curls? So that's an amazing question. So this is a great course for everyone, anyone, whether you are learning about your own hair, which hairstylists are still learning about their own hair, or you are a hairstylist looking to expand your portfolio And this is really going to be great for education for all textures. There's not enough courses out there and education out there to learn about curly hair from professionals. It's a very untouched area, mostly because it's so new, and it's time for hairdressers to come out of the woodwork and offer what they have, and I can't wait to see what's going to explode. So if you're a hairstylist who's looking to learn my secret recipes of product combinations that I've never shared with before, on how to work with anyone, then this is definitely for you 100%. And this will definitely raise the bar for any hairstylist who's looking to master styling and save time in the chair while working with all texture types and raise their prices, because you are going to absolutely get phenomenal results with all the product combinations that I offer here with product knowledge and technique. So yes, absolutely. How much is my course? Great question. This is by, I don't know how to say your handle, so I'm going to say it and probably destroy it. It's by Grebenuk Brows. So this course offers the Curls Hold Magic Personality Blueprint. So what I wanted to create was a platform that offers a place where you can stop being confused on the internet of what your hair is really saying and rely on myself, a professional, to teach you. Everything that I invest in is 100% pure and organic approach. I invest over $20,000 in my own education just in the past 2 years alone, traveling worldwide, taking courses from Newfoundland, Canada to Ireland, even curating and producing our own movie about curly hair with renowned artists, and one of them including Lorraine Massey. So it's been really beautiful to work with people from all over the world who learn in different ways, who teach in different ways, and to take that and turn it into my own artistry. What I love about being an artist is that I've offered instructional videos that also offer mindset approach, how to take yourself out of a struggle bus, how to keep yourself motivated and feeling great and optimistic about your journey. This personality blueprint will, no matter where you are in the world, no matter wherever you live, will help you understand a lot of things, such as your shape, your density, your porosity, and how to understand that in the way that your hair presents it. The truth is, your hair is always going to change. Your hair is going to change every 7 years. It's proven that your DNA changes every 7 years. And also your hormones are going to change. So that may mean your curl pattern is going to be different. So why not learn about all the curl patterns, all the densities, all the elasticities, all the porosities, everything that is multidimensional, and keep yourself on a healthy route using organic ingredients that are not laced with synthetics, making sure that you are not around cancer-causing ingredients that are going to harm your body and bring you into an unhealthy state as we change and evolve and get older. Working with our hair, whether you are looking to control volume, high definition, or you're looking for all the above for bouncy volume or small shrunken hair, controlled hair, all curl types and all ethnicities from Scandinavian to Dominican to West Indian, African American are all the models that you're going to be seeing in my course. I believe in diversity. I was raised feeling like I never fit in anywhere. And this course was very important for me to make everyone feel like they're inclusive and loved and recognized as a woman with their hair, and also from where they come from. Whether you come from a place where you never had curly hair until you had children, or you had curly hair your whole life and were bastardized for having it and were looked at as not pretty because of the beauty standards of this country or any country that you're living in. Everything is valued for over $2,500 in this course. I'm giving you raw material and, everything that you've never had before on the internet is in my course. And my pre-sale price is going to start on September 28th. I will be making notifications of that, and I'm going to retail it at just $77.33 because education should be affordable. Education, lifetime access, and bonus features on several updos on how to do curly hair. It's going to not only expand your education, it's going to help you understand your girlfriend's struggle. And what's beautiful and just so life-changing and transformational is that this is a course that opens the door for everybody. Everything will be happening. This is all in the beginning stages. On September 28th, you will be available to purchase this course. It'll be open for purchase for 48 hours. So if you are busy on that day, if you don't know what's going on and you need to check your schedule, if you're going to be traveling, you're going to have 2 full days to purchase this. And when the course fully launches in the autumn, you're going to be the first one to have your hands on it. I'm really, really, really excited to go international with this course as well, because Sophia Lone, her handle, she said a very beautiful comment. I think you should do a world tour of Curl Talk and cutting people's hair. And believe it or not, there's a woman by the name of Donna who is the first ever online shopping platform for curly hair products in New Zealand. And she's also known as Donna, the Curl Next Door. I'll write her handle in the comments below. And she's also known for @CurlsNaturally on IG. And she is just doing this amazing movement. She's pushing boundaries and making sure that everybody has access to curly hair products in her country. And my course will be offered in New Zealand. And I hope it's offered in many other countries. And I'm looking to work with other partners and other members to get this information out at an affordable rate. So you're not spending, $150 to $200 on something. Maybe you can't afford it. Maybe you have children. Maybe, you just started a new job. Maybe you're saving up for a house. I know you have dreams, but this is my dream. My dream is for you to feel like your hair is amazing and that you love your hair. So I promise you that Curls Hold Magic is exactly a place that you're going to have a safe container. You're going to have endless videos of 6 different models that are going to be executed in a way that is easy to digest and a way for everyone to feel inclusive, so you don't feel left out at all. Your curls have magic and there's magic in your curls. You just have to unleash it. You just have to see it for what it is. So I hope that you will join me. Mark it in your calendar. Keep following me on IG as I make these announcements. Again, you guys are the first ones to hear about this. September 28th, that's in exactly 2 weeks. We have a countdown of the pre-sale. You're going to be able to catch these videos on IGTV and also YouTube. So please spread the love. I'm going to be posting an IG story right after this. For those of you who have more questions, you want me to answer them and sit with you one-on-one like this and answer in-depth information and offer different opportunities, different pieces of advice, please submit your questions to the story that's going to go up right after this live. I can't wait to continue to grow with you, to get to know you, for you to get to know me, and for us to be real as shit together. I really love being authentic and inspiring others to be authentic. So with that being said, I want you to enjoy something today that really makes your heart sing and you feel lovely when doing it. I will be in touch. I will definitely be seeing you later on the internet ethers. Thank you so much for joining me today, and have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. See you soon. We'll be talking soon. Take care.